Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and I felt like today doing a variety hunt. I figured since I had over 450, or just about 450, 1944 wheat pennies in my collection, why don't I go ahead and pull out all the Denver minted ones and search for that variety, a 1944 D over S. Since you guys seem to enjoy my last variety hunt when I checked for the 1936 DDO wheat penny, I felt like doing another installment of that same type of series and looking for the 44 D over S. Now, I've got almost 450 Wheaties here from the 1944 year, so the first order is to go through all these rolls, separate the Philadelphia and San Francisco's from the Denver Mint, and see how many Denver Mint wheat pennies we have left. Let's get started. All right, well, that was some work. I had to check the D and the S's a few times because they look so similar under your eyes. So I had to check under the microscope really fast because I didn't want to spoil anything in case I had anything. 306 were 44 Philly or San Francisco, and 122 I get to hunt for the D over S because these are my Denvers. Next step is I'm going to now grab my microscope, and I have it up on screen here. I also have my loop if I need it. So what I will end up doing is taking each one of these 122 coins and placing them under the microscope, looking at the screen, and double checking around the D mint mark. I'm going to get one on the camera real quick so that I can show you what that looks like and what I'll be looking for. So I've got a 44D under the microscope now. I wanted to show you what I was looking at. What you will notice on the D over S is you'll notice a clear hook of an S up here. It kind of follows this path. Now in this example, it looks like we have something here. We have some scratches up here. So it kind of is misleading, but ideally what I'll end up doing is anything that looks like it might have that major hook of an S up here. That's what I'm looking for. So that being said, we've got quite a few to go through, 122. I'll start going through them, and if I have any suspicious ones, I will point them out. While I'm at it, since I'll be putting them under the microscope, I'll also be checking for any die cut errors and any BIE in Liberty, an extra piece of metal right here. It looks like it's BIE. Just because I'll be looking at them under the scope, I'll just take a few extra minutes and either eliminate any possible varieties or errors or see one and alert you to it. So we finished hunting the 122 1944 D pennies. I did find 2 S's in there, so technically only 120 were hunted. Now, before I show you this penny under the scope that I believe could be a 1944 D over S, I wanted to show you an actual 1944 D over S. And you'll notice the arrow here points to the top part of the S that comes through this D. You can clearly see it. You'll notice there's an actual hook up here. But then you can see that there's a raised element here and a raised element here. So a couple of what looks like extra pieces of metal, and then pronounced triangle piece right above the D, and then continues in through the D as well here. And that's about all you see of it. You also catch a little tail, I guess, here as well. But that's about the only markers you have. Now, I've got this one under the microscope. So all I'm going to do is show you one more time this picture, and let me click my one under the microscope. And I want to show you a couple of things that I see. One, I see the same triangle here and a couple of pieces and what looks like that's part of the S. That comes through, as well as part of the line coming through in here. Let me show you the other picture again. We'll go back and forth just for a second and we'll see what we have going on here. You can see this one. And now I'll go to mine. So different lights help make it look a little more pronounced. If I bring it down here a little bit more to this corner, once again, you can see clearly this little triangle piece right here with these 2 raised elements that appear part of the serif of the top part of the S. Now we'll go to the picture one more time. And there you go. A little triangle, a couple of raised elements, part of this serif down here of the S. One more time back to my picture. Triangle piece, couple of raised elements, piece of the serif. In my opinion, off of what I see here, to me, that appears to be a 1944 D over S. If it is a 1944 D over S, obviously these are just prices on the internet, but at the end of the day, G4 is worth $51, VG8 is worth $85, and so on. You can see it goes up quite a bit now. It's not in mint state at all, and it's not even in about uncirculated, and it likely isn't even in extremely fine, the one that I have. But it's not that terrible either, to tell you the truth. I've seen a lot worse 44s in here, and this was not one of the bad ones. So, in my opinion, this is probably somewhere between fine and very fine. Could grade higher. I'll put it under the microscope one more time for you guys to take one last final look at. Again, the triangle looks like that's part of the serif of the S. When I first saw it, I thought, you know what, it might just be damage. But this piece right here, especially, the way that triangle is and the placement of it, when I look at the picture of it, I mean, it's almost identical. So, good news is, I believe we found a 1944 D over S over mint mark. That's one of the reasons why I pull out all my wheat pennies when I do my hunts. And when I get a chance, I go back and try to cherry pick some of the key ones. And a 1944 D over S over mint mark is one of the higher valued ones that you can find. And I believe I found one. Please let me know in the comments below if you think I found one. And please let me know if you enjoyed the second segment of hunting for varieties with pennies. And if you did, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, happy hunting. And thanks for watching. It actually is in a little better shape than I thought it was, to tell you the truth. And it always feels good to sleeve up a variety.